NFL Network's analyst Charley Casserly, former NFL GM, caught my attention when I saw where he said Johnny Manziel will not go in the first round. And we decided to have a little wager here. If Charley is correct, then I will go on NFL AM on the NFL Network. And if he's wrong, McLovin will go on NFL AM and be recognized as our NFL insider for the Dan Patrick Show. You ready for that, McLovin?
Yeah. Do I get paid your day rate?
No. You don't get paid. You don't get paid. You get paid in exposure. Let's bring in Charley Casserly from the NFL Network. Charley, Johnny Manziel will drop or should drop out of the first round?
You know, first of all, on that bet there,
Yeah.
Hey, it's a win-win for NFL AM, isn't it?
Well, no. If you get McLovin on there, that's not a win.
That's not a win?
No.
Oh, my God. Well, I thought it was a win, too. But all right. I'll tell you, Dan, here's how I see the thing, and this thing changes daily. The team, St. Louis, okay, that's the team that has me concerned, confused, or whatever, whether they'll take Manziel. After I turned my mock draft in, I had two sources that I thought were pretty good say, hey, this guy won't get past 13 at St. Louis. St. Louis is considering him seriously. Okay, so that's kind of my wild card in this thing. But on the other teams, I don't see Houston at 1, no. Jacksonville at 3, no. Cleveland, unless the owner decides he's going to do the general manager and make the pick, no at 4. Oakland, absolutely no. And Minnesota, absolutely no. Okay, so that takes you to Cleveland, the next team that really needs a quarterback. I think there's other people they would rather have than Johnny Manziel. So unless the owner steps in, and again, that's the wild card here now, okay, on the thing. And I don't think Arizona, who we've heard is a possibility, I don't think they take him. Kansas City has just come up here. I know Kansas City, in my mind, will take a quarterback. I just don't know if they'll take him at the first. So that was my logic in what I wrote there.
So the Rams are a wild card. Cleveland, with their second pick, could be a wild card as far as taking Manziel. Those are the two.
I think if the owner steps in and says, "I'm not sold on the football people taking Manziel,"
and Oakland, no way. Why?
No way at 5. Okay, here's why. Manziel. We can discuss all day the football part of it on the tape, and he's a boomer or bust in my mind, a lot of positives, a lot of negatives. But there's a whole litany of questions that got to be answered off the field. I think that Oakland would want something more sure and safer at 5 than having to figure out the off-the-field part of it and the project you'd have on that end of it.
What is the biggest question about him off the field?
Let's leave it for maturity and dedication to the game.
But did we do that with Brett Favre in the early going? Were there questions about Favre off the field?
In Atlanta, there were questions. That's why he got traded.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just feel, and there's things you can't discuss on the air, and I don't have to tell you that you've done this all your life, and you're very good at it. But there's things to me of questions that I've got from confidential sources that would extend beyond issues with the Brett Favre. So those are things to me that have to be answered with the guy, and they are turning points. I mean, granted, Brett Favre got traded for certain things off the field. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Green Bay was able to channel Brett Favre into being a great quarterback. Whether those off-the-field issues ever got solved, I couldn't answer that.
Rank the quarterbacks, Charley.
I went number 1 to me was Bortles. Now, let me say this, Dan. I don't think any of these guys are top 10 guys. I don't think any of these guys are surefire guys. I think they all need a year, and then we'll go see what happens with them there. But I have Bortles 1. I have Manziel 2. And, again, it's a boom or a bust. Got to be in the right system. After that, I put Bridgewater as number 3. And then I've got a combination of Garoppolo, the LSU guy, Mettenberger, sitting in there at 4 and 5.
Jadeveon Clowney, sold on him?
I would probably take him number 1. Okay. Again, I'd like to find. There's some things I want to figure out his competitiveness and his work habits. I'm not totally sold on the guy, but I think on the downside, I think he's 10 sacks a year. I think potentially athletically, he's the best guy I've seen in the last 15 years to play the position. I'd like a little more consistency on him too many times. He's blocked by a tackle that's not an elite tackle. I don't know if that's instincts or if it's technique, but he makes enough rare plays that you can't coach that this guy should give you 10 sacks a year.
Great stuff, Charlie. And we look forward to Thursday night, and then we'll square up the bet after that.
Hey, I tell you what. Now, if we get McLovin, you're gonna have to give me some coaching points to make the best out of this interview. Now,
I still haven't figured out how to make him good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, then.
Thank you, Charlie.
With you.
All right, Charley Casserly, the NFL Network.